today. Offbeat destinations. Go nuts in Claremore. Go crazy at this indoor water park in Clinton. Surprising destinations your holiday house guests will love.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally.
And our show this week is about some offbeat destinations. So we're coming to you from the Elevation Trampoline Park
in Edmond. And I just had something to eat, so maybe right now.
Stop bouncing? Okay, all right.
I'll bounce more later. This is actually a great place. They have 5 different trampoline courts for games and exercises, say a church gathering, a family gathering, and it's also a great place just to hop in for a birthday party.
Speaking of parties, it is that time of year where we start to have holiday parties and all the shopping, the hustle and bustle. It can get a little crazy.
You can get a little crazy. In fact, our first place that we're going to talk about tonight, you can certainly go a little nuts, but it's also a great place where you can get a tasty lunch.
Hot Mama's Deli has been serving up delicious sandwiches and daily specials to folks since August of 2010. It's a casual place actually located inside the Nut House. But here you can order a specific sandwich or create your own.
What we have right now is design your own sandwich. When you come in the deli, we give you a sheet of paper that has everything we have in our cupboards. And you get to go down and you get to select what combination you want. So you get exactly what you want.
They use the finest meats and cheeses, and with each dish you'll receive a generous serving. And they always try to put that special touch on every order. Also, every day brings its own special. Tuesdays, for example, is beans and cornbread. Wednesday, hobo tacos, which has become one of their most popular creations. Now, the lunch items are filling, and so they keep the desserts simple. Cookies, all kinds. Peanut butter, chocolate chip, oatmeal, you name it. And I'm okay with that.
We have a Nut House cookie that we make. Has everything but the kitchen sink in it, literally.
And the customers just keep coming back for more.
Well, most of them are very happy. You know, I have a lot of return business. I have folks who come on a regular basis. So I think that says something without saying anything, you know. Just the fact that I have folks who come back over and over.
As I mentioned, Hot Mama's Deli is located in the Nut House, and if you've never been there, well, you just need to take the time and make a trip to see it. The Nut House is, you know what, I'll let Hazel explain it.
I would say the Nut House is a combination of lots of different things. People come in and they say, you have some very interesting things. When I go to market to buy for the Nut House, I try very hard to get things that you don't find somewhere else. I don't buy the gift items that I buy. I don't buy collectibles, things that you find in lots of different stores.
It's fun to shop here, to say the least, and if it's candy you're wanting, they have a wide selection, from gummy bears and chocolates to chocolate-covered pecans and a lot more.
Oh yeah, pecans. We have all kinds of nuts, but see, I think that goes with saying Nut House. That's what you expect. We have walnuts, we have almonds, we have hazelnuts, we have black walnuts, we have peanuts, pecans, you know, just about any kind of nut that you can find in the U.S.
Hazel also told me they get quite a few tourists from Europe who believe Route 66 is the only way to see the United States. And she added they always seem to get a kick out of visiting the Nut House. And now they can stay a little longer and enjoy a nice leisurely lunch at Hot Mama's Deli.
You can check out all the Nut House's fine gifts and specialty items and have a delicious lunch at Hot Mama's. Just go to travelok.com and check the Discover Oklahoma page for more information.
hard not to keep bouncing.
I know it, it's just sort of there.
Well, let's talk next about Route 66. They used to call it the Main Street of America. Now it tends to draw a certain kind of traveler, that person who wants something fun and maybe a little unusual.
For instance, the Blue Whale always comes to mind
Right.
in Catoosa. Now, our next destination is certainly, it's a little different, but Shel Wagner also tells us it's also very inspiring.
Just a couple of miles off Route 66 in Foyle stands a one-of-a-kind monument. It's the world's largest totem pole, 90 feet high and resting on a 50-foot base.
There are over 200 different designs in the large totem pole. And the top of the totem pole is crowned by 4 Indian chiefs.
It was built by hand over a period of 11 years and required 28 tons of cement, 6 tons of steel, and 100 tons of sand. Ed Galloway was the folk artist who toiled over the world's largest totem pole, 1 bucket of cement at a time, and without any masonry experience.
Yeah, you say he built it at about 10 feet per year. And as you look at that, you'll see it's built on a turtle. Evidently that was a rock outcrop. I didn't know that till recently. And so he took that rock outcrop and began to form it and hew it and add concrete to that. Almost everything he did was to honor the American Indian.
Ed Galloway was a man of few means, but he didn't let that slow him down.
He made his own tools. These are examples here of some of his own tools that he made. There's his own lathe. I guess for a while he didn't have a car, and he would hitchhike to town, and he would go to lumber yards and pick up used wood, pick up glass.
Unique folk art structures are scattered throughout the park.
Highway 28 here used to be a main route from Tulsa to Grand Lake, and Ed Galloway thought this spot would be the perfect place for a picnic.
And that's why you see a lot of picnic tables.
Ed's famous saying sums it up. All my life I did the best I knew. I built these things by the side of the road to be a friend to you. He built the fiddle house next to the totem pole to serve as a workshop where he handcrafted 300 fiddles, all made from a different kind of wood. And he used every scrap of wood to create intricate, inlaid folk art pieces. Several examples of his work are displayed in the fiddle house, which now serves as a museum and gift shop.
In 1999, this was placed on the National Registry of Historic Places.
Totem Pole Park has long been an iconic stop for folks traveling Route 66 and is part of any legitimate Mother Road travel guide.
It has a lot of people from the United Kingdom, Germany, a lot of people from Italy and Spain this year, I've noticed.
As you can imagine, maintaining this historic roadside attraction is a delicate, expensive, and ongoing prospect. The totem pole has been recently restored only as high as the volunteer artisans could reach via scaffolding.
So, anybody has a good bucket truck that can reach pretty tall, we're certainly interested in that.
Ed Galloway was only 5 feet 7 inches tall, but you can see that he thought big. And his legacy stands as solidly today as when it was built. At Totem Pole Park in Foyle, I'm Shel Wagner.
For more information on Totem Pole Park in Foyle, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
All right, stay where you are because we have more fun and unusual destinations coming up.
How about Oklahoma's first indoor water park?
That works for me.
We'll take you to where it's 80 degrees year-round when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
It was a Saturday morning and I went to an exercise class. As soon as the class ends, I go to the parking lot and somebody had stolen my car. I couldn't believe it. So I called AAA Insurance. They offered me a rental car. They told me everything was going to be all right. So when my car was found a week later, they said, "Bob, you need to change the locks on your car." I would have never thought about that if it wasn't for AAA. They really took care of me.
Get great service, low rates, and a free auto insurance quote today. Want to get away? Oklahoma road trips are fuel for the soul. To get your motor running, visit travelok.com for brochures, inspiration, and loads of savings. A few clicks will put you on the open road to adventure. At travelok.com/road trips, it's easy to find a getaway that moves you. We've reinvented the road trip. Come along for the ride.
It was almost comical. It was like, I can't believe this even happened. I look down the street, I see there's a tree across my son's car. I was just like, I called my AAA agent, Patty. She said, we can take care of this. AAA and Patty are great. You just feel like they have your back. They make everything as easy as possible. I mean, they really take good care of us.
Get great service, low rates, and a free auto insurance quote today.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma as we look toward the holiday season. No doubt many of you are going to have house guests. So how about some ideas for some unusual places to take them?
Send those guests out to do some stuff while you can clean the house.
Quick, lock the door.
This next location is actually in Clinton, and it just recently opened. And you know, at this time of the year, the temperature is dropping, the leaves are changing, but it is difficult to find a water park that's warm year-round.
Well, our Jeff Roberts got into the swim of things, if you will, and he checked out this waterful playground.
So behind me you can see the Water Zoo, the only water park of its kind in the state of Oklahoma, and we get to take you on a virtual tour. This is going to be so much fun. In fact, I've even heard we can splash people. We're going to find all about it right inside these doors. Let's go.
Really? Just look at this place. There is so much fun to choose from. I don't even know where to start. Hey guys, how about a game of basketball? Or maybe I could spend some time on that lazy, crazy river. Hey, grab me an inner tube, will you? I wonder who came up with the idea to put a water park in Clinton, Oklahoma.
We have no indoor swimming pool in Clinton. And I've always thought we need that for the winter, a public indoor swimming pool.
Well, you see, Mr. Schumacher owns a couple of hotels nearby, and he figured that he could enhance his hotel offerings if he just added maybe a serene little swimming pool. Yeah, duh. His plans grew just a little, don't you think? This ain't no kiddie pool. And borrowing that adage, if you build it, they will come, they're definitely coming from all over the place. Instead of Okies driving to Texas for the indoor water park experience, Texans are hauling their kids over here to Oklahoma.
Yeah, we have Amarillo schools coming with 100, 200, 150.
Well, I got to tell you, on the way out to do this story, several people I was talking to that we were coming out here, either I didn't even know that it existed, which is why we're here, or well, I think it's a little cold to go swimming. They're missing the point that it's indoor and that it's, 85 degrees about all the time inside there?
82, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have some pineapple and banana trees here shortly.
Of course, once you're here basking in the balmy temperatures, there's no need to leave, ever.
Here at the Water Zoo Indoor Water Park in Clinton, Oklahoma, don't worry about getting all tired out and tuckered out and hungry. Check this out. Pizza, fudge, drinks, snacks, it's all taken care of, one-stop shopping.
Seriously, I never knew there were so many ways to get wet. Let's go play some more. Water Zoo is a great place for your next party, or make a splash with the kids when you plan a swim and stay getaway. Now here's a beach babe that knows what I'm talking about. She's got that lazy river thing down pat. Oh, and by the way, there's no safer swimming hole around. Just look at all these guards. So this winter, when you're dreaming of spending some time at the beach, you can just zip on over to Clinton for a tropical Oklahoma vacation. After all,
Really? In Clinton, I'm Jeff Roberts.
You can plan your trip or your house guest trip to the Water Zoo or to any offbeat destination at travelok.com for a comprehensive listing of all area attractions, lodging, and dining options. But we're not done yet. We have more surprising destinations.
We're going to throw in a fun food destination for you.
You knew we'd get to the food sooner or later, but this is a Tulsa tradition, some of our state's best burgers, and we'll show where you can get yours when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues in 2 short minutes.
Hello, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. When you hear the name AAA, many of you probably think about roadside service or booking your next vacation through AAA Travel. But did you know that AAA Insurance is the fastest growing auto and home insurance company in Oklahoma? It's true. AAA Insurance offers a wide variety of discounts which allow us to offer competitive premiums along with thorough insurance coverage to our customers. In addition, AAA has 41 insurance offices across the state of Oklahoma to make it easy and convenient to do business with us. Call us or go to AAA.com to get a free auto or home insurance quote. And while you're at it, ask us about life insurance too. Our reputation for quality customer service is unmatched, and you are backed with a name you know and trust. Until next time, may the road lead you to exciting new discoveries. Whether it's insurance, travel, or peace of mind on the road, think AAA every day.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma, looking toward Thanksgiving, and I know so many people are out there getting the food prepped and ready to go for the big day.
Because you know what, tradition and food, they've gone hand in hand for years, and there's a place in Tulsa that's been a dining tradition since, I believe, 1949.
You may not believe this. This could, in fact, be the biggest hamburger ever to grace a plate.
Hello, guy. Hello, I'm doing great, man. You doing all right?
Dennis Feltz still takes time to greet his customers at lunch, but it's a wonder he has time. This place is busy. People are sometimes too deep at the counter.
And I've had other people that be standing outside and call the orders in on their cell phone trying to jump ahead of the other people. You know, it's funny to watch people's tactics on how to get their orders placed. So
Dennis and his wife Marilyn have owned Hank's Hamburgers in Tulsa since 2003, but Hank's has been around since 1949. Dennis and Marilyn were customers in high school. His parents had the business next door.
me and my wife, we used to come in on dates when we was dating. We started dating, I was in 8th grade and she was in the 7th grade, but my mom and dad's shop over here, we used to come in and work at night. And that's how we got to know them.
Dennis and Marilyn were friends with the original owners, Hank and Ruby Henry. The place hasn't changed much under Dennis and Marilyn's watch. The burgers are still the same as they were back in 1949.
These are the quarter-pound patties. This is a half-pound patty. The Big Oakie's gonna be 4 of these.
4 of those? Yes, the Big Okie burger is a full pound of meat, 4 slices of cheese, plus the fixins and the fries.
You had the Big Okie.
Yeah.
Describe that for me.
It will take your breath away. I can't breathe right now.
But for the really hungry,
We've also got one that's not on the menu now. We've had some people that eat the Big Okie and they eat a lot of them. They're wanting something a little bit bigger. So we've been making one now. It's got 6 patties on it, and we call it the Okie Dokie.
that would be 1.5 pounds of sizzling beef.
Have you had that great big one?
The what? The great? No, I'm not big enough to handle one of those.
Most people just have the half-pounder, though, and the Felts never get complaints. Dennis says he wants the burgers to taste like he remembers from high school, and that means a little extra care. He still uses Hank Henry's secret ingredient.
We don't treat the burgers like we're trying to treat somebody's volume. We don't, you know, we got to sell a lot of burgers, but they all got to be made the same way. You can't just slap stuff together and throw it out. You got to know what you're doing and take a lot of time and pride in what you're doing.
Is this the best burger in Tulsa? Maybe even in America? Dennis Feltz is pretty modest and won't claim that, but a few years ago when singer Waylon Jennings asked his wife Jessie Coulter where she wanted to have their 21st anniversary dinner, she said Hank's, and that's saying something. Not only can you find out about the fun history of Hank's Hamburgers, but also about their merchandise and menus, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com and we will link you to all the information you need.
Now, we like to jump around a lot on Discover Oklahoma, but this is extreme and fun.
I think we're going to hop over, though, to a new museum where we're going to check out a bunch of skullduggery. Coming up, several people have worked themselves to the bone to make this one fascinating museum. We'll have the details for you, and AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns right after this.
It was almost comical. It was like, I can't believe this even happened. I look down the street, I see there's a tree across my son's car. I was just like, I called my AAA agent, Patty. She said, we can take care of this. AAA and Patty are great. You just feel like they have your back. They make everything as easy as possible. I mean, they really take good care of us.
Get great service, low rates, and a free auto insurance quote today.
Want to get away? Oklahoma road trips are fuel for the soul. To get your motor running, visit travelok.com for brochures, inspiration, and loads of savings. A few clicks will put you on the open road to adventure. At travelok.com/road trips, it's easy to find a getaway that moves you. We've reinvented the road trip. Come along for the ride.
It was a Saturday morning and I went to an exercise class. As soon as the class ends, I go to the parking lot and somebody had stolen my car. I couldn't believe it. So I called AAA Insurance. They offered me a rental car. They told me everything was gonna be all right. So when my car was found a week later, they said, "Bob, you need to change the locks on your car." I would have never thought about that if it wasn't for AAA. They really took care of me.
Get great service, low rates, and a free auto insurance quote today.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does a lot of other great things around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Hello, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. If you're like me, you love planning your next vacation. Whether you like the sandy beaches of Florida, the cool mountain air of Colorado, or an exotic cruise in the Caribbean, our AAA Oklahoma travel experts can make your dream vacation come true. They'll help you find the best deals on airfare, hotels, car rentals, resorts, and restaurants. Plus, if you plan to book your trip online, AAA can provide tips on how to make sure your reservations and your personal information remain secure. Look, everybody needs a little getaway now and then, so if you're looking for some hot deals on some fun places to explore, out of state or out of the country, or if you want to staycation at one of the many first-class resorts or parks right here in Oklahoma, call our AAA Oklahoma travel experts or visit us online at AAA.com today. Until next time, may the road lead you to exciting new discoveries. Whether it's insurance, travel, or peace of mind on the road, think AAA every day.
AAA for the ones who matter most to you. As we mentioned, we're here at the Elevation Trampoline Park in Edmond. You just can't help it. If you want to find something kind of offbeat and different to do, this place will get you jump started.
No kidding, and there's a place in Oklahoma City where you can certainly get a jump on your osteology studies.
It's a museum dedicated to bones.
And it's that whale skeleton that sort of jumps out at you first thing. A trip to the Museum of Osteology is, to say the least, an eye-opening experience. And again, the humpback whale is essentially the centerpiece here, not only for its sheer size, but because it was difficult to obtain.
Obviously, we don't go out and kill anything for our museum, but we waited. Sooner or later, an animal is going to die, and when whales die, they wash up on a beach somewhere. We thankfully didn't have to go out and do the nasty work of collecting the bones. There were some volunteers in the state of Massachusetts that did that for us.
And several years later, this is where it stands, or technically hangs. The Museum of Osteology was created by Jay Villamarat, who also started a biological supply company called Skulls Unlimited, and that was over 25 years ago. They supply skulls and skeletons to classrooms, museums, and universities around the world. And for Jay and Joey, though, it's all about education.
We cater to educational groups, whether it be public schools, home schools, or specialty groups. We enjoy bringing them to the museum and hopefully teaching something at the same time.
And consequently, the museum, designed mostly by Joey, reflects the educational mindset. He says they needed certain exhibits to teach more than just to display.
When they come to the museum, a lot of times they will experience many of the freestanding skeletons that we have in the center of the room here, some of the very large ones that surround us here. And it seems like they're very taken back that they can actually go up and, with respect, touch an elephant skull, touch a giraffe's leg, stand next to it and look up and see just how large the specimen is. We don't have any of the specimens roped off because we do want to allow the public to be able to touch these specimens. We don't want everything to be behind glass because we believe that a lot of education happens with hands-on learning.
Joey adds they get tremendous feedback from everyone who comes through.
The first thing out of most people's mouth when they walk in is wow. They look around and they see all the specimens, and we hear a lot of times we didn't expect that this museum would be this professionally done. I think people are expecting more of a kind of a roadside attraction, but we've gone out of our way to make a museum that's as educationally minded and professionally minded as possible.
And that it is. You'll be able to see over 300 skeletons and skulls, things from the far reaches of the planet, some that are critically endangered, and a few that are even extinct. And on the way out, you can stop by the fun gift shop and find items ranging from coffee mugs to t-shirts, memorabilia, stuffed animals, and plants that wave at you. Come to the Museum of Osteology. You'll have a whale of a time. In Oklahoma City, I'm Dean O'Lally.
The Museum of Osteology in Oklahoma City is open to visitors 6 days a week. Their fascinating website has all the information you need to plan your visit. Just go to travelok.com for all the details. Well, we've done lots of jumping around today. We've been jumping from reporter to reporter, from story to story, but there is one element of the show which we've decided to do not quite so much bouncing around, and that's the position of official co-host.
I guess you were wondering maybe why I was hanging around a lot.
I was thinking about getting a VPO, but then I found out that you're our new permanent co-host, and I'm so excited about that.
I am too. It is a pleasure to be associated with the show, and now an even bigger honor to be your co-host and to be today bouncing alongside you.
Telling the story of Oklahoma. We want to thank the folks here at Elevation Trampoline Park for hosting us and giving us so much to jump for joy about.
That's right, and we want to thank you for watching.
Be sure and tune in next week. Next week, we'll kick off the official holiday shopping season in style from Utica Square in Tulsa to the Classen Curve in Oklahoma City. We'll put you on the right track for fun adventures while taking care of the family and friends on your shopping list. Hope you'll join us. Until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.
Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.